The Farm Family of the Year, one of the highlights each year at the Lexington Chamber's Agribusiness Banquet. And Tim and Susan Rowe family from Elwood, the recipients this year. And we have Tim with us here, and congratulations, a big honor.
Well, thanks, Mike. I really appreciate that. It was a surprise to us when we got the phone call that they want some pictures and interview and everything, but it's quite an honor to be honored from the chamber here in Lexington.
Now, you've had a strong history over the years. Kind of give us just a bit of a description about how long you've been in the farming business here.
Oh, gosh, it's probably been about 35, not quite 40 years I've been involved and renting some ground and running some cattle and stuff, and done a lot of hard work over the last several years, it seems like. But
Tim, you've got some diversification, and we talked in the script that we read about when maybe one aspect of agriculture isn't performing so well. Some of the other ones might be doing a little better. Is that one of the keys to your success?
Well, it is for us. We have been involved in the grain farming and livestock. We were in earlier years into hog operation, and then we transferred over to the cattle, and right now we've got all phases of the cattle industry, from the cow-calf to the finishing yards all the way through. And it's helped a lot. Sometimes I joke with my friends it takes care of a lot of income tax management problems, but there's something making money somewhere. We got to look kind of hard some days, but it's somewhere around the corner.
Now, one of the other things that was in the script that I found interesting is that you can fix an espresso machine and a combine in the same day. Tell us why that's necessary.
Well, it does happen. My wife runs that coffee shop, and she has some problems every now and then, like everybody. And so I'll get a phone call, so I'll run in there and do what I can do. Not always can I fix it, but we try hard. And about the same time, somebody else will call and we'll have another problem somewhere else. So you just get after it and get her done and do the best you can do. So.
Of course, a family you're raising as well, and I guess you're kind of at the point where the first tier begins to perhaps come back to the farm.
Yeah, we are. We're real excited. Dylan, he'll be coming back in next December here, and he'll be graduating from UNL down there, and he's going to join us at home. And I've always told him to do whatever he wants to do. If he wants to come back, we'll make it work. So that's what we're going to do.
The future, you're pretty optimistic as we look ahead?
Yeah, I am. American farmers, they've been adapting for years and years and years, and we're going to have our challenges ahead of us, no doubt. Commodity prices, water usage, whatever. And we're going to adapt to it, and we're going to strive forward. We'll have our bumps and bruises along the way, but we'll just pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and get after it again the next day.
Now, also, you're involved, I know, in a number of different other leadership-type capacities, and one of those is serving as president of the All Points Co-op Board. I think last year, for example, was a very good year, but we know we go up and down with that. And so, again, kind of your projection for the co-op as they look forward.
Well, we've had some several great years in the cooperative system, and the co-ops have done really, really well here this last several years with commodity prices go forward, and have been raising and so on and so forth. As commodity prices drop here, things are going to get to be a little more of a challenge. Things aren't going to be as lucrative as what we've been experiencing the last couple of years. So we'll have our challenges. There might be some cutbacks, but we've got a great co-op manager up there in Gothenburg, and we work off of margins, and we'll just make it work.
Tim, you mentioned, again, in the script that we did about you've seen it all the way from whatever on the bottom side to $8 corn. And when somebody like your son comes back to farm, do you think that they're maybe expecting to have that standard set way up there for these commodity prices or not?
Yeah, I think there's a big problem there coming, and no different than any other family that they're experiencing right now with kids coming back. But there's a lot of people out there that have not experienced tough times like the 80s were, and I hope we never see that again. But reality is there. There's going to be some tough times ahead of us, and I hope that these younger folks can withstand the storm. And now, Dylan, we've tried to express to him that you got to be careful, be smart on where you spend your money. So we'll see. We'll play it day by day and go from there.
Tim, as you look ahead in your own operation and try to remain viable and make yourself as insulated as possible, what kinds of strategies are you doing? Any tweaking to the approach you've had?
Well, I'm probably not tweaking as much as I should be, and tough times coming, but we're trying to buckle down as tight as we can, even though we're still buying some pieces of equipment and so on and so forth to do what we've got to do, of course. As things tighten down, if they will, as we go forward, then we'll just tighten down even tighter yet. And we've had to do that before. We can do it again. So,
Tim, again, congratulations to you. Tim and Susan Rowe of Elwood, the Farm Family of the Year, recognized at the